The topic that I will continue to talk about is cash. What is included in cash? Direct expense for vendor, direct expense for staff, and cash transaction. First of all, the direct expense for vendor will be created first. Direct expense for vendor is used when we need to pay expenses to vendors. In that case, I will click on Add button. After that, we will have to select cash account here. Then we will add the document's reference. Then we will select the posting period and the posting date. Next, we will select the branch as head office, select the vendor which we will pay for. The next item is what we will pay to this vendor. We will write here what we will pay to this vendor. Here we will select refueling as a simple. Then I will put quality 1 as a simple. Then we will enter an amount. Then we can choose offset accounts. Also, we have the right to choose asset codes. Then we can choose cost codes. You can choose which project our projects are for. Also, budget lines can be integrate. In addition, we can provide the module for which module. Also, after the cost group, then the area. This is based on your business. We will specify the dimensions for who, what, and where. Then we can mark this transaction line and enter it as expense. After that, we will click Save button. Then we have saved the expense earlier. Then we will click on the following link. Earlier, the status of direct expense for vendor is open. So, I will make a release document for him. I will click on the OK button. Then we have completed a payment transaction called direct expense for vendor. As you can see, we have already paid this amount to this vendor. Next is direct expense for staff. This is what we use when returning expenses to employees in the company. I will show you an expense form. Click on ADD button. Also, I will choose a cash account. Then select document reference. After that, select posting period, posting date. Then select branch. Then we will choose which staff we will give this advance to. You need to fill description. After that, you need to give you a reason of why you have to pay for the items and then add the expense. We will choose material code and add amounts in quality and unit price. We can also integrate with offset account, cost code and other dimensions. This transaction line and expense line are mean for this area and this cost group. Depending on the business, you can mark it here. Whether it's a person, a department, or a place, you can mark it and download this transaction. When finished, click on the Save button. Then the earlier form has reached a save state. Here, our status will be open and needs to release it. Only then will the process complete the transaction. Click OK button. Then we have completed the direct expense for staff. This staff has also been given an advance. If so, the next step is to explain cash transaction. When we use cash transaction, we use it when making a transaction between bank accounts in the company. I will create a cash transaction for example. We will choose journal type. Since it is a cash transfer, I will choose DGLCTR cash transfer. Then add a description. Posting date and period must be selected. Must be able to select currency codes. After that, I will select two relevant accounts and connect them. I will choose cash on hand for account description and branch. Then we will transfer money from this account. We can choose cash flow code, cost code. Then we can choose the project for which project. After that, I will create an account that will receive money again. I will accept money transaction with this account. Then select branch and enter a relevant amount at debit amount. After that, we can choose cash flow codes and cost codes in the same way. You can choose project, and if all are done, you can click the green button to finish. So our balance has become 0. You can also see currency debit and currency debit as well. So I'm going to save this. Then our cash transaction has been saved completed. After clicking on the link, we can see the status of the cash transaction. Then we can see that status is open and we need to release it. Only then it will become a real transaction. So I will click Release Document. As you can see, the document is posted now. After clicking on this link, we will be able to see how much this cash transaction went down, which account it went to, and where. This is all about cash transaction. What I had explained now is direct expense for vendor, direct expense for staff in cash. Thanks for watching the video.